At some point, things are going to be so hectic that even the short sellers currently using the shares to continue to short the stock are going to be stuck in a very difficult situation, if that's not the case yet. But I believe it's not the case yet, but it's coming very soon, because I shared with you earlier about a technical indicator. I was talking about the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence. It's a technical indicator. If you look at the last 8 months by looking at the weekly chart, maybe on TradingView or some other chart, you will see that it has turned green for the first time in the last 8 months. And these last 8 months were really, when the downtrend on AMC, lasted, and the fact that this is green, it's now signaling a strong reversal that we could see. It's not guaranteed, but it has 50% chance of happening. Now, on the tail of that, what it means is, in case it does happen, the stock is going to rise. All right, the stock price is going to continue to rise. Let's just say it goes to the 50s or the 70. What do you think is going to happen to those who landed the shares? Maybe the funds, maybe the BlackRock and the Vanguard owning, millions of shares, even though I don't really get how they are still able to get those, given that we're supposed to own the float. That's another discussion. That's another topic. But the bottom line is, if you think about it, folks, when I lend the shares, if the fund or any other, investor is lending shares of AMC for the shorts to borrow, the shorts is at, let's just say, I don't know, $20 a share. When the shares, when the price was at $20, they borrowed the shares. All right. Now, as the price is moving up, as it's been moving up from 14 and now it's sitting at the 23 or the 22, well, if it continues to goes up to 30, to 35, to 40, to 50, that's already double. That's already 100% increase. Maybe in the next week, maybe in the 2 weeks, maybe in 1 month. I don't know. The bottom line is, do you think those investors, those funds, those big companies lending shares to the shorts to borrow them and short are still going to be in favor of doing the lending and borrowing, especially given that the SEC is actually working into revamping this activity, all right, across the board? So it means literally that if they have to, as the price continue to increase, the shorts will have to give back the shares to the lenders. And that happens at the same price they borrowed it from to begin with. All right. So let's just say they borrowed it at 20, as I said earlier, and the price is now at 50 or 75. I don't think the borrowers, those lending the shares are going to be in favor of still lending those shares. Why? Because I'm lending you because I am expecting you to pay back those shares at 20, but now the price is already at 50. So why would I continue to lend the shares if I'm expecting it to go to 70 or 75 or 100 or 150? You kind of know where I'm going with it. So this will reduce the window of the shorts getting the shares in order to continue to short the price. And as a matter of fact, it pushed the pressures into the other shorts to continue to cover as the price continue also to increase. So it's a cyclone event that pretty much wipes out everybody on the other side, because the building momentum, the buying pressure, it's so high that the more they cover, the more it goes up. The more they cover, the more it goes up, etc., up until a point where it's like, okay, now the bulls are in control and the share price will only drop if we are willing to sell. But because I know some of us here, or majority of us here, are really willing to hold until they see life-changing money into their accounts, which is subjective to every one of us. But the bottom line is, you kind of get the point. So something just to consider as we get into this coming week and these coming months for AMC, because I think we have not seen the highest of AMC yet. No, not yet.